Troy Pride, seems like this full circle. I remember almost 360 days ago that we kind of did a Q&A. I want to kind of go into that same format with you, this being your first completed year of being away, being at Notre Dame, and experiencing different things. I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions. I just want you to kind of, elaborate on some of them, and we just let it flow. My first question is the transition. How was the transition leaving and going to Indiana and playing for Notre Dame?
The transition was, I guess, difficult for me. Understanding entire new defense, going through a whole new set of schooling, a different level of workouts, different atmosphere, different everything. So, everything's different. So, it's going to take you a while to get used to everything. And I guess for me, it took a little while, but you get comfortable, and your confidence grows, and it comes.
Okay. What are some advice you would give athletes that are making that same transition, going to a school far off?
It's a pretty common phrase today. Is trust the process. Everything's not gonna come to you when you want it to. But just being diligent, being persistent, is going to help. With everything.
What keeps your drive going?
What keeps my drive going is the goals I've set for myself. The support system that I have. A lot of the people that are looking to me as a role model or as someone to aspire to be like, that just support and that kind of pressure just makes me want to keep going. It's not really pressure for me, but it's just a drive. It's a drive.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Another thing, I want to know what keeps you grounded. What keeps you at the point of not getting too high, not getting too low, but just, from the outside looking in, it seems like you pretty much are always at an even keel. And I know sometimes you may have personal issues that people may not see on the outside, but what keeps you grounded, pretty much, is my question.
I have humble beginnings, so I feel like it's kind of embedded in me. Regardless, I don't really get too high on myself because I know where I came from. I know what I had. I know what I was as a freshman in high school, and I know that it can all change. So I just cling to the humble beginnings that I started with. Not being, too big-headed or anything like that. So, I feel like I'm humble, just out of nature.
Wow, okay, that's good. Hey, listen, I know that you all had a monogram ceremony. Tell me more about that experience and what is the monogram, and kind of elaborate on what it was, because I know that it was consisted of a Letterman's jacket, a big ceremony, and being not being from Notre Dame, I kind of want to know what that was all about.
Well, basically, the Monogram Club of Notre Dame goes about their process of, giving Letterman's jackets to first-year Letterman, whether you be a fifth-year senior or a walk-on senior or anything like that. You receive your Lettermans after a certain number of accolades are accomplished.
Okay.
For me, it was playing time as a freshman. I exceeded, a little bit of the numbers for that and received my Letterman's jacket as a reward. The Monogram Club is a very prestigious club that not many universities can brag about. Sometimes they just give out the Letterman's jackets, and it's just that. But
so the monogram it's prestigious in such that everyone that goes to Notre Dame is not going to be a part of it. Does it just deal with athletes or anybody? Tell me, is it just
whether anybody can purchase a jacket. I'm not sure, but I know for a fact that at the ceremony that I attended, it was the athletics for the fall semester who were first time letterman, and we received the interlocking ND monogram on a letterman's jacket. So that was what I experienced.
Okay, good. Now I know I read an article that came from NFL.com, and it ranked you as the 11th fastest player in college football. This is a two-part question. How does that make you feel, and how do you feel? How does that make you feel, and do you feel that you have arrived?
I don't really know how to feel because I feel like I'm, faster than 11th, and I feel like I can go farther than that, and for it to be so early in my college career, I feel, that it's a nice accolade, especially to get it from NFL.com, a specific source with the National Football League. But I've got a lot more, work to do. Arrive, definitely not. I'm one day want to be number one on that list.
Oh, great!
Just faster, because speed is a large aspect of my game and what I bring to the table. So to be the fastest is going to be the goal. I want to increase my speed. Wow,
that sounds very humbling. The way you answered that, are you excited about going into your sophomore season?
I'm very excited. There's a lot to be excited about. We've got a whole new vibe with us. We've got a whole new, basically, coaching staff. So a lot of new personalities, a lot of new schemes. So you got to be excited because they're not going to see us coming.
That sounds good. One thing I do want to know, I'm going to tap into some personal, just a little bit. One question, what are some things that you enjoy doing when you're at home with your family and friends?
Well, I like to relax, usually because when I'm home, I'm away from the grind, so it's good to, just relax, maybe sit down and watch TV, just chill with family. We did a little bit of, adventuring this past year, going go-karting, Carowinds, different stuff like that. So, just family events.
Sounds good. One more question, maybe one or two. I do know that I was informed that you obtained a very high GPA. This is for kids coming or, again, looking at your tracks or looking at the path that you're paving for them. How do you prioritize a high GPA, football, track, school, along with social life? How do you prioritize that?
There's certain times where you got to get the work done. So it's really just about, getting it done, using the resources that are given to you. Notre Dame offers an array of resources that I took advantage of, Writing Center tutors, other, laptops and things like that. So they really provide you with a lot of, resources to do well. It's just about taking advantage of those. My GPA was pretty solid, so I feel good about that, but it can definitely be higher, and I have, the goal to one day be on the dean's list. So
wow, I see that each topic I come up with, you kind of set the bar high. Is that pretty much your makeup as far as anything that you do? You kind of got a higher goal that you're trying to reach. Is that correct? And when I say that?
Yeah. Never settle, never stop. Don't want to be complacent. That's not who I am. I want to reach for everything they said I couldn't have. So.
Okay. One more question. I just want you to kind of, tap into just speaking to the younger kids right now and kind of explaining to them or giving them advice on what they need to do or what they need to work on as far as getting to any level that they choose to go to.
I kind of mentioned it earlier. Once again, there's a process set in place that you just have to know is going to work out in your favor. But that process isn't gonna happen if you're just sitting on your butt doing nothing. Because there was a time where I just really didn't want my parents to pay for college, funding. So what I did was I went to work to get any school to notice me, possible. So, I went to work, I was in the weight room, I was on the track, getting faster, I was doing everything to get stronger, to be better, and it just so happened that everything worked out. You never really know what's gonna occur, and how everything's gonna turn out, but, doing your due diligence and, making sure everything on your end is taken care of is all you can really ask for, and everything else will, line up in your favor, and you'll be where you need to be.
Okay. Well, I just want to congratulate you on I guess you can say, successful freshman season and everything that you've done. I appreciate you sitting down and kind of giving me your insight or answering the questions I have for you as far as your life actually is concerned. Good luck in the future. I wish you well, and hopefully we'll be back here again doing the same thing. Okay? Appreciate it. Troy, I got one last question. I know that you said that, you have a lot on your plate, but your goal is to eat. And I think that was real to the point, and it's true, Elaborate more on what you mean when you say you got a lot on your plate, but your goal is to eat.
Really, it's a quote. I'm not sure who it's from, to give credit to, but it's speaking on, having a lot of requirements, responsibilities, a lot put on your back, but you can't complain about that. You can't say, oh shoot, well, I'm so swamped in schoolwork, I'm so tired from practice and workouts and waking up early mornings, when you want to be a first-round draft pick one day. So, or you want to be a valedictorian at your respective schools. You got to put that aside and, understand that it's part of the grind. So when I say that I can't complain about, having a lot on my plate, my goal was to eat, I'm saying I don't want to take my circumstances of a lot of things coming on me as an excuse. Rather, I want that so that I can, be the best I can be.
Okay. Again, thank you so much, and hope to see you again soon. All right? See you.